Usually, Havana's main international airport is bustling with activity, but as of Tuesday, the government says there's not enough jet fuel for international carriers to refill their planes, leaving the airlines and their passengers grounded.
They need to take urgent measures because people need to travel long distances, and if there's no fuel, the flights have to be cancelled.
Cuba relies heavily on Venezuela to provide much of its jet fuel and oil. And since the U.S. military carried out an operation to depose Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro last month, the supply has dried out. The Trump administration now effectively controls Venezuela's oil. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, a Cuban American who's long supported regime change in Havana, has called Cuba a failing nation. And Trump has threatened to slap tariffs on any nation that sends fuel to the country. Cuba's second biggest oil provider used to be Mexico, but it has stopped oil shipments to avoid retaliation from the White House. Over the weekend, Mexico sent 2 ships full of food supplies to Cuba, and on Monday, the Mexican president called for the fuel blockade against Cuba to end.
You cannot strangle a people like this. It's very unfair, very unfair. So I'm calling for these sanctions to end.
The Kremlin also denounced what it called a U.S. chokehold on the small communist nation.
The situation's really critical in Cuba. We're aware of this, and we're in intensive contact with our Cuban friends.
The Cuban government says it expects the shortfall of fuel to last at least through March 11th.